Okay guys, I'm back. I'm going to do a short little video on what is on a grill, or one of the grills that I do have, and I'm going to take apart, show you what's behind the knobs and everything, and also show you what type of metal is on there. It depends on the grill what it is. It could be stainless steel in there too, but this particular model doesn't have one, so here we go. Alright guys, I forgot to mention the tools I'm going to be using today, and to get off this stuff, first thing up is a file. Use the file. You file down to actually see what type of metal you've got. I have a magnet here, and steel, it sticks. If it's not steel, it doesn't stick. Also a Phillips head screwdriver number 2, and a torque wrench T20 for this particular project. So that's what I have. Alright, for the first thing is what we're wanting to do is to get the gas line off of here, because it has aluminum in it. I don't know if you can see this. I can pull it up. There we go. It has aluminum. You can get some of the aluminum off, and it also has brass fittings. So what we want to do is we take this off, and I know you can't see this, but there is a couple of screws down here. You want to unscrew it. Okay. This particular model, I think, yepper, it'll come right on off without it being completely screwed off. One of the screws fell, but I ain't worried about it. But anyway, can't really see. I'm gonna show you. There we go. This is brass right here. This is brass. There is actually, it looks like it may be all brass fitting. I'm not sure. That's why I bring my file. And let's see where we're at right here. If you take your file and you file it down as so, you'll be able to identify it right away. It is yellow, or a yellowish tint, so this is all brass. But what you're going to have to do, there is some steel in this. You'll need to, some of the steel is the screws, and there's, I think, a spring in there, what have you. You need to take this apart. You can't just take this to the recycle yard itself and get a brass price for it, because they will actually charge you the steel price for it, just because of the fact that you didn't take all the steel off. So that's one part of it. And now I'm going to show you the other two parts, which is the actual burners to the, or switches to the burners of the actual grill itself. Okay guys, I've got the two switches here. Switch the on and off for the burners. I don't do anything with, well, you can barely see it, but the ignition switch, I just leave it on there and sell it as is. Just take the tops off. As you can tell, there's the torque wrench or screw. Unscrew it, and this should fall out. Okay, got that off. I'm going to do the second one here. Do the same way, and I have to apologize. My neighbor is cutting the grass over there, and I am running out of time. The sun's going down, and I wanted to get this video done. I'm going to have to do the rest of it later tomorrow. Anyway, you get this, push it in. You may or may not be able to get it out. Sometimes you can. There we go. And pull the piece that you need out, if it'll come out. Yep, there we go. There's the piece. So it's come out. And I'll be back in a minute and I'll show you what the piece is. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm going to show you this now. This is what came out of the burners. This is all brass right here. Of course you cut all of the tubing off. There is some brass tubing here. You can cut through it and it'll pop off. This is cast aluminum. You may be able to get this off. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It just depends. And you may be able to cut in here and get the brass out of this. And then we'll take it as brass and cast. And then of course the first part of the video that we did was this piece right here, and of course it's all brass. Of course there, like there's some steel in it. There's also some steel, possibly, I think there's possibly some steel in here, in a spring. I can't remember, but I think that's what it is. I'm trying to do this as pretty quickly as possible, so the sun's going down. So I'm going to show you real quick the grill itself and what to be looking for on the metal itself. So let me get this thing down here some. Let's see, over this way. Alright, let's bring this in, up. Alrighty, there we go. Okay. Most, if not all, of these are either plastic or aluminum. And the way to tell is, like I said, you need to get a file. And what you want to do is, you want to file it. Brush it off. If it's shiny silver, then this is aluminum. It will not be stainless steel, I guarantee you. Okay guys, I'm going to show you this real quick. I showed you this earlier, this magnet. This is how you determine what you have on these grills. Some grills are stainless steel. This one in particular is not. But if you take the magnet, you'll be able to tell what is aluminum or magnesium or steel. And of course, if it sticks like this did, and it sticks over here, this is steel, so it goes as steel price. From my knowledge, all of this stuff from these grills right here are steel, but up here, well, this is plastic. And we already talked about the little insignia right here being aluminum, and it has 2 screws on the back of it, and it comes through and bolted down. You can take this off real easy. And the actual inserts in here that are like the screws are connected to this plate here, and they are aluminum also, so there's no cutting involved. You just take them off and you just take all this, and this is all aluminum. This here, of course, as you can tell, doesn't stick, so that tells me right there that this is either aluminum or magnesium. Some of them are made with aluminum, some of them are made with magnesium. Another way to test is always carry your trusty file with you, and see if we can't file something back here. Now, as you can tell, right here, looks like it is aluminum. Let me try to zoom in here if I can show you this. Alright, that's zoomed in now. But right here, now you can tell that it's this is aluminum. So the I'm going to zoom back out again, and all of this will be aluminum, the top and the bottom. Okay, like I was saying, the top and the bottom here are aluminum. I've already checked it. They don't non-magnetic, so they are aluminum. The only thing you have to do is you need to take this off because it has steel screws on the inside. And if we open this up, hopefully my other stuff won't fall over here. This is all steel. That it sticks. So you have to get rid of all of this, and there's some stuff down in the bottom. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm running out of light tonight, so I'm going to do that, and we'll do it tomorrow, and I'll show you exactly what to do about getting this apart. And then what you do is you'll end up selling your steel as steel, and then you'll get a good piece of as you can tell, a good piece of aluminum to sell as well. Okay guys, before I finish doing the other grill, I wanted to show you a couple of things. As you can tell, this grill here is a little bit bigger than the one that I'm taking apart. It's basically the same process. You want to take all these knobs off, unscrew the screws on the inside here, and then pull out the back, which will have your cast aluminum and your brass on it, and that's all, and your gas line, of course, that comes all the way out here. Now, one other thing I want to mention too is this has an extra burner on it, and it is actually brass. I'll show you a close-up of it in just a second, but you want to take it off because it's like cast brass, but around here they pay the brass price for it, so I take it off. Also, this aluminum emblem here. Sometimes you can get too close with the magnet and it'll stick because this is metal. You just want to shave a little bit off and look at it, but I guarantee you almost every one of these that I've picked up have been aluminum. Now, sometimes they are plastic, but for the most part they are aluminum, and you just take off the screws on the back. On this particular grill here, it is stainless steel, but unfortunately the grade of stainless steel it's still magnetic. There are different grades of stainless steel. I think it runs from 100 and on up. I think I've heard like 400, 410, 420, something like that. I don't know when one becomes magnetic and when one is non-magnetic. I haven't really researched it because it really doesn't matter to me. I just take a magnet, and if it sticks, it goes as regular steel. That's what they pay for down here. Now, anywhere else, you might want to check your recycle yards. They may take this and pay a little bit more for it than regular steel, but down here they just pay for steel. But one thing I did want to mention is all of this here is, of course, all steel. All steel, go for steel price. But this piece right here is non-magnetic stainless steel. So you can decide what you want to do with that. What I usually do is I take the sides off, or take at least one side off, and get to this if I can and take it off. You can also probably come in here with a cutter, and I may do that because I'm running kind of late today on getting stuff to the yard, and I've got a lot of stuff on my trailer today, so I may come in here and just cut whatever I can off of this and then leave the rest of it for steel. So you can do that too. It just depends on how you want to do it, how much money you want to make. Now, of course, today I'm not just going to take this little piece in. It's going to build up in my pile over here when I take it off. So I'll have a lot more to go than just this. But what I'll do is I'll take all this off I'll take this little brass piece off here, and then take this off, and then this thing roll it on the trailer and be ready to go. So let me show you the this little brass piece, and then we'll get to the other grill and finish up what I tried to finish yesterday before everybody decided they wanted to cut the grass. Okay guys, just wanted to show you this. This is the like the grill base. It sits like this inside. I already took it off, and this is the piece right here of brass that you need to get off of there. I don't know if you can see or not because it's very bright out here because I can barely see myself. But these are little hex screws. Let's see if I can get it right there. Little hex screws, they're pretty much everywhere. There was 2 of them on the inside here, and what I used is an L, you can see, an L-shaped hex wrench, and there we go, and stuck it in the hole there and just worked it out, worked both of them out. So now I can somehow pull this out. Of course it needs 2 hands. Sometimes these things get stuck, but you can pull it out and it comes out. And this is the piece that I'm talking about. It's cast brass. And let's see. As you can tell, it doesn't stick. So that's cast brass right there. That'll go in my my brass pile. So there you have it. That's what's on there, and you can decide whichever way you want to do it. You can either take it off, or just, if you don't feel like that's worth it, just to take it as is and get the steel price for it. But I'm a modifier, so I enjoy taking stuff apart, and plus the fact it pays me a little bit more. So let's go, and I'm going to finish up that other grill, show you how to get that aluminum separated from the steel, and that'll be the end of the video. Okay guys, as you can see, I've got the grill off the trailer, and I'm now getting ready to take all this stuff off. This is pretty easy, for the most part anyway. This grill right here, this piece will come right off. These are connected to the grill itself on both sides, and so is this one. So what you'll have to do is you're going to have to just use a little bit of finesse and get it to pop out like that, as so, and it slides out. That's basically all you've got there. Now what you need to do is, we need to take, well, we don't have to take this off. We don't have to take this off right here. It's plastic. But this, like I showed you last night and earlier on the video for the other grill I showed you, this is aluminum. As you can tell, I've scraped it off right here, if you can tell. So that needs to come off. Fortunately, there is no nuts on this one, so we can use the sledgehammer and knock that thing out. So put your hand on one end, sledge on the other, and knock that thing out. And voila, it's out. And then of course right here is where I scraped it to make sure it was aluminum, and it is. So we got that piece off for aluminum. Now, if you can see, right here and right here, I'll do a little close-up here in a second and show you. Normally these have pins in them I don't see any pins. So you should be able to use the old sledgehammer again and knock it out. But let me pan in and let you actually see what I'm talking about, the 2 pins. Okay guys, this is the pin that I was talking about. It's right here. It's also out here. I've got some canker worms that are decided they're wanting to crawl on this thing today. But it needs to be knocked out, and also the same side. And I'll pan out and show you that. Okay guys, one thing I need to mention is kind of made a mistake. I forgot this is not all steel. This is either magnesium or aluminum. I think we determined it was aluminum last night. So to get the aluminum price, this actually does have to come off. So I took the bolts off to make it sort of a quick disassembly in a way, so that I could go ahead and take this off so we can get to knocking this out. So now I'm going to knock the top, those pins off, because they are steel, and the rest of this is aluminum here. So I'm going to knock both sides out, and then it's going to fall apart. Okay, well, one of them broke on me here. That sometimes happens. There we go, there's one pin. Got one pin off, which is steel. The other pin apparently wanting to be a pain here. And I think it's still going to be a pain. So I'm going to have to get this off here, and then we'll go on to something else. Okay guys, I got the other pin out. There it is right there. I can show it to you. That's the other pin. It's gone. And this is a piece that was stuck to it. And it's actually a piece of the aluminum. So actually, to be honest with you, now that I'm looking at this, right here, I think it is magnesium instead of aluminum. We're just going to go with it. That looks like magnesium. So you still get the same price as aluminum. So we're going to get rid of this. Now the fun part begins. I'm going to show you what needs to happen here, which is a lot of cleaning, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, and then we'll go and start on how to get this piece off. Okay guys, this is the bottom of the grill here. Some of this stuff is metal, and some of it is the bricks. As you can tell, that's one of the bricks. This is actual metal. So that'll come out. This little piece right here should slide on out of here at some point. There we go. Alright, that piece is metal. So you'll be having to take it out. Also, this grill piece right here is metal. So you'll take it out, and then the rest you'll just clean all the way out, and then I'm going to do that, and then we'll be back to show you the dismantling of the bottom piece. Alright guys, this is the bottom of the grill itself. As you can tell, I cleaned it out, and how I clean it out is with a shop vac. I just go in there, and if I have to scrape it up, I'll take a screwdriver and scrape it a little bit. This one in particular didn't need to have that done. All I did was just stick the nozzle in there and turn it on, and it sucked all of it out. Some of it did fall through, and I swept it up with a broom and got rid of it. So now we're going to I'm going to show you the bottom portion of this and how to get it off. One thing I will stress is I haven't looked at this, but sometimes these screws get really rusted and they will not come apart. If that happens, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the video off for just a few minutes, and I'm probably going to have to cut those things off and then come back and show you the end result. Okay guys, I'm back. It appears that all of these screws have rusted pretty well. I got some of them to move, not all of them, and I did have one to break off. They're torque screws, and it's torque 20. You can use that, or you can try to use a drill to get them out. But I want to pan in and show you the screws. There's only 6 of them, it looks like. Let me pan in and show you. There are, if you can tell, there's one right there, and then there's one right there, and it's also 2 more on the other side, which I think is blocked. Yeah, it's blocked by your view, but that's one of those that I broke. And also I'll pan in down here and show you there's that screw there, and there's also another one on the other side. Yep. So you can see, so there's 6 of them, and like I was saying, let's see, actually, no, there we go, I can actually see it now. There is, if it'll get in focus for us, there we go, that screw there, and then the one down here broke off. If I can hold that to it, get over here, there we go. Maybe I can bring it in a little bit more. Okay, as you can tell, I broke the head of it off. Guess I can't show it that way, can I? But, anyway, I broke the head of it off. So what I'm probably going to have to do is take a chisel and hammer that piece out, make it break on the inside once I get this thing off. So I will show you all that here in a minute. Once I get this separated. Oh, one other thing too. This is steel right here. It needs to come off. So take it off, and then the rest of it, once you get it off the frame, it'll be all magnesium. Okay guys, there you have it. That's the bottom. It's taken out. I took out all the screws. Also knocked out, there was actually 2 of them instead of 1 that broke off on me. And if you look right here, there's a hole. That's where I knocked it out. And on the other side is another piece here that I broke off and got those 2 steel pieces out. And then now all of this is magnesium, so to go along with what's behind it. So there you have it. I'll show you what all I have, and then that'll be it for the video. Okay guys, that's it for this installment of Gman's World. Doing a little recycling, of course, and just going to show you. This is the gas line that I got out yesterday that y'all saw. Remember, these are brass. There's brass fitting in here, and there's also aluminum here, cast aluminum. Also, right here and right here are the magnesium top and bottom plates of the grill, and then over here is all my if I can show it to you, all my steel. And there's a couple of pieces of, whoops, it's gonna sound good on the mic. There's a few other small pieces of steel, but all in all, you can get all this split up and you'll make a little bit more money. I think the magnesium cast aluminum is going for 45 or 46 cents a pound, I believe, something like that. So, you're looking at a good $4 or $5 off of that. I'm just assuming. I don't know exactly how much the poundage is on that. Then the rest is going to go with steel, which is about, I think, running about 10 cents a pound now. And then, of course, your brass and stuff, you just hold on to it, take it apart, hold on to it. So if you hold on to it long enough, you'll pile up this stuff. And I tell you, these people, or at least around here where I live, they get rid of a lot of these grills, all different types. Like you said, I got 2 of them right now. I actually took apart the other one already because I'm actually on my way, since I finished this, to go to the recycle yard and get rid of this stuff. So I appreciate you watching, and do me a favor and down there at the bottom, down there, subscribe to me, give me some comments, give me a like. I really would appreciate that, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.